What's up, guys? My name is Michael Cobb, and I know I haven't been doing a ton of videos, but I just recently got a really encouraging response from someone who watches my channels. And actually, let me check out his name real quick because I want to give him proper shout outs. So, let's see. Inboxes. Alright, so it's 78 Tobu Tori 78. And he commented that he's listening here too, and that he's come to hear what I had to say. He understands the point I made, and he sees that vaping is able to see he's able to see that vaping helps people stop smoking, he said. And he understands that the kids who are doing it are just trying to be cool, and they tend to need to stop. It's a trend that does need to stop. Children using vaping is not a good thing at all, and I'll use that as a springboard, if I may, Tori, or Tobe Tori. I'm sorry, I'm not very good with names right off the bat, but I'm going to use that as a springboard, if I may, to kind of catapult me into what I'm trying to say. And what I just noticed was that, well, actually, I just noticed that my phone was still connected to Wi-Fi so that I could, sorry, I lost train of thought. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to use my phone to help me out a little bit and give me some of the information I need. So, the fact of the matter is that kids shouldn't vape, and I used to just throw that around. Yeah, kids shouldn't vape, but why shouldn't they vape? And it comes to a logical conclusion that I, as an adult, know that it is not healthy, and I can make that logical decision. Children don't necessarily make those logical decisions. They're capable of making logical decisions, but they don't always want to, because there's always that sense of rebellion in the back of our head. And I'm speaking like this as a child because I'm barely older than a child. I'm 20 years old. I don't have much experience in life. I've got a lot of it, but not a ton. And what I'm trying to convey here is the fact that vaping is bad. It's worse than smoking cigarettes. Well, no, it's better than smoking cigarettes, but it's not as beneficial as. So you kind of have to gauge yourself what you're doing. I mean, cigarettes can cause cancer, vaping can cause moisture in the lungs. It's a proven fact already that vaping accumulates moisture in the lungs. That's a scary fact, honestly. I was worried about that, and for the longest time I wanted to ignore it. I really did, because I wanted to see the fact that it was good. And I came to that, but for the longest time I kept throwing it out there that vaping is bad, but as an adult I'm making that decision, but I didn't hold the conviction behind it. The point of the matter is, what I'm saying here, I have conviction for, and I want to convey my belief to you. Whether or not you believe it or not is up to you, but I want to share with you what I believe. And I believe in vaping. That's what I believe in. Now, I know it's wrong. Well, no, it's not wrong to believe in vaping. It is wrong to put too much stock into it. That being said, I just took another puff. I know. Controversial as all heck. But the see is, I know I'm smart. And that's an arrogant statement. But what I want to do is help people with the smarts I have. I'm not the best person. I really have a lot of flaws, and maybe you shouldn't be listening to me. I mean, yes, what I'm saying here is a ploy to try and get you to believe what I'm saying, but I really want you to believe what I'm saying. And you know what? It's okay if it's wrong. I'm open to being wrong. And I think it takes maturity to admit that. People listen when you're honest. It's a fact. I didn't always believe in that fact either, and it led me to not consider how people felt. And as a result, I overcompensated. I tried to be cool, and I figured when I'm trying to be cool, things don't work out as well. But when I relax and let things happen, I will be cool. So that kind of addresses the fact of whether or not kids should be doing it because they think it's cool. Kids will do things that they think are cool because they feel the need to fit in. I feel the need to fit in. And as a result, I started vaping because I thought it was healthier than smoking. And the fact of the matter is, it's not. It's not healthier than, well, it is healthier than smoking, but it's less healthier than if you were doing nothing at all. There we go. So, as a whole, what I'd like to convey beyond this video, if you get nothing else from this, is to speak the truth. I mean, there's a lot of fear going on here. People are afraid, and that, or they're angry, or they don't want it to happen. They don't want kids vaping, and I think as a result, we're trying to scare them. I don't think that we're all necessarily afraid. I think that we act quickly simply because of our fear. And at some point, we need to slow down and take a look at what we're saying. I see a lot of hype videos about this kind of stuff, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's calling attention. That's good because people are concerned. So, when you take into consideration like Ryan Hall, he does some really good videos. I've watched a lot of his stuff, and I've also seen a guy named Chris. You guys know him. His name's Indoor Smokers. You should tell him about this actually. And let him know that I actually want to change this kind of stuff because I feel strongly about it too. But I'm not just asking you, I'm asking all the vapors who feel just as strongly about this as me to join up with me. I'm not saying that it's all wrong, it's all bad, because there are bad elements, but there are good elements. This is a healthy caution, and maybe we will be able to change things based on how we look at them. If we take a step back and look into what we're trying to do here, we're trying to protect the health of our kids. We're trying to protect the health of our nation. And it's up to us to do that. But in my I'm honestly asking here, is it okay to take away that choice simply because we don't want our kids to vape? I mean, I know it's a logical question and it poses a lot of actual things, a lot of controversy in one's mind. There's a lot of different things one can say. But when you look at it, when you really look at it, and this isn't in support of vaping at all, but what I think, well, it is supporting vaping, but I want you to see that I enjoy vaping, but I know it's not good for me. And because of that, I want other people to make that logical decision as well. I know that because it's not good for me, that I don't need to use it as much. And maybe one day I'll actually stop vaping. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I just want to have a calm and collected conversation. Now I know there's going to be a lot of haters. There are going to be people who are going to say shit like, "Oh, you shouldn't be talking like this. Vaping is bad. Vaping is going to cause so many health problems." And maybe, but I'm going to take a line from Randy Feldface, and this has a little bit of profanity in this, but I want you to understand this. This is what I'm trying to convey. Now, this is an off-topic piece, so I'm just going to get to it. Randy talked about hoarders, and he's a comedian on TV. He talked about hoarders, and he said that when if people are going to do what people are going to do, that's what I want to say in this. And Randy stated that hoarders are kind of messed up for collecting a lot of stuff. it's kind of weird. I mean, we poke fun, and I mean, I noticed this too. I've done it. We poke fun at people who enjoy collecting shit. And I think that we make a lot of videos on that kind of stuff. We watch a lot of things talking about the failures of other people. And Randy argued, well, maybe, but wouldn't it be more insane to film them? Who's a little more insane in that scenario, he said. And I kind of agreed with that. It kind of hit me just now. I wasn't originally planning on talking about this, but and maybe it'll come back to bite me in the butt. Oh, crap, I probably shouldn't have started talking about this. But you know what? I'm already here and I'm going to keep moving forward. I mean, honestly, I've seen the deficits it has. Kids doing this kind of stuff, it's not cool. It's hurting them. And I've seen the deficits it's caused. People are hurting and suffering because they're using it just to be cool, or they're using it for the wrong motives. And I think that it goes back to the saying that everything is permissible in moderation, but excess is too much. I used to do a lot of things in excess, and I think that I need to step back from that. I vape because of stress, but if I take the time to not be so stressed, then maybe I'll vape less. That's not a guarantee, but if I stress less, I'm not going to vape so much. And that's what's true for me. So if it's true for you and you agree with that stuff, give me a shout out. I want to talk to you guys. I really want to talk to Chris from Indoor Smokers and Ryan Hall from the Ryan Hall Vaping channel. And I want you guys to get me there. I know that if you guys can help me out, I know that enough of you guys care. So share it with your friends. Do whatever you have to, but get the word out there. This is what I want to do because I know those two can help me. I'm not asking you to change your beliefs. I'm not asking you to support vaping. I'm saying if you do, get me to Ryan Hall and Chris from Indoor Smokers because we need to talk about this kind of stuff and I want to. So, enough of the convincing. Let's get on with some real talk. I am a huge supporter, and that's not going to change right away. Maybe it'll change tomorrow. I'm using the vape to help me shut up. I talk a lot in excess, and I know that. I need to slow down a little bit. But what I think would be best for vaping as a whole community, people who vape, people who enjoy flavors, take a step forward. I think that the only thing that can happen if we worry about fear, I think the only thing that could really lead to happening is that it will get worse. It's a proven fact that when you're afraid, you act quickly. And if you act quickly, then you are more likely to fail than if you put in more thought to what is going on. But at the same time, you have to act quickly enough to the point where you feel that it's right. But if you still feel that it's wrong, make a change. Stop. Just relax and take a breath. I don't know how insightful this is to you people. I really don't. Um, I know I want to help people, and I've been jumping at it as if vaping needs to be saved. But the truth of the matter is, if it's not meant to be saved, it's not meant to be saved. But the point is, I want to save it. I know this video is long dragged out, but I haven't had a good heart to heart with myself like this in a while, and I use talking to myself as a way to genuinely help what I'm trying to convey. If you can understand that. I don't know how well I'm conveying it. I know that maybe I should end the video here and probably let it go, but I feel the need to continue. And I'm going to continue, if it's okay with you, until it's finished. Because I want to really convey what I'm saying. And I know you guys probably already know what I'm saying. And I don't want you to come to any conclusions that aren't your own. Because in your mind, logically, the only one you can trust is yourself. Logically. Because your own self makes the most sense. And the most sense is the thing you'll trust the most logically. So, if you follow that logic, you can come to the conclusion that if vaping is not good for you, then you don't have to do it. If you want to, you can. If you don't, you won't. Simple as that. I'm trying to figure out what to say next. I honestly don't know. I want to say more, but I don't know what to say next. And I know that nothing I say will honestly convince you. So why am I still trying? Why do I want to keep going? The answer to that logical question is because I want to. I want to help you understand, but it may be taken as an offensive continuation. And for that, I apologize right off the bat. The best way to be heard is to be clear and concise, and I want to do that for you. So, thanks so much for listening. I'm going to give you guys the benefit of the doubt and let you guys figure it out for yourself, because if you've waited this long for me to end, you're going to be real happy that I did. So, thanks so much, guys, for listening. I'm your host, Michael Cobb, and these have been the Visual Vapor Reviews. I don't know how much has gotten through to you guys, but I really liked it.